Men over 60, eat these 5 fruits every day and feel like you're 30 again. Have you noticed your body slowing down lately? Not just feeling tired, but that deep, frustrating kind of exhaustion where even getting out of a chair feels like a mission. Maybe your legs don't have the bounce they used to, or your energy fades before lunch, no matter how well you sleep. And when it comes to intimacy or confidence in your own skin, something just doesn't feel the same. If you're a man over 60, you've likely been told this is just a part of getting older. But what if I told you the issue isn't age itself, but what's happening inside your body as a result of what you're eating, or more importantly, not eating? What you're about to hear might shock you. Because while most men over 60 focus on cutting things out of their diets, almost no one is talking about what to add. And when it comes to looking younger, feeling energized, and bringing back the vitality you had in your 30s, the answer may not be in a pill or powder. It might be hiding in your fruit bowl. New science is uncovering that certain fruits, when eaten daily, don't just support digestion or boost vitamins. They can actually reset key hormones, reduce silent inflammation, power up your circulation, and rebuild muscle from the inside out. And the best part? These fruits are delicious, natural, and probably already in your local shop. Not all fruits are equal. Some are loaded with hidden sugars that can accelerate aging. Others are antioxidant powerhouses that help your cells repair overnight. A few even mimic the effects of youth-boosting compounds your body used to produce naturally. I'm going to reveal the 5 fruits every man over 60 should be eating daily. One of them is so powerful, a study found it could restore muscle function and testosterone in just a few weeks. Stick with me to the very end, because the number 1 fruit is something most people overlook completely. And if you're serious about aging backwards, you won't want to miss it. Let's start with number 5. You've probably had this fruit before, maybe sliced into a salad or mixed into a smoothie, but most men over 60 have no idea that this bright red powerhouse can quietly reverse some of the most frustrating signs of aging, especially when it comes to strength, stamina, and recovery. We're talking about cherries, but not the sugary, syrup-soaked kind you find on top of desserts. I mean dark, tart cherries, particularly Montmorency cherries, which are rich in a compound called anthocyanin. This isn't just another antioxidant buzzword. Anthocyanins are what give cherries their deep red pigment, and they've been linked to a powerful anti-inflammatory effect that rivals some over-the-counter medications. Here's what most people don't realize. As we get older, our muscles don't just lose size, they lose function. The aches, the soreness, the longer recovery time after even mild activity, it's not just from wear and tear. It's from chronic, low-level inflammation and oxidative stress, building up silently inside the body. Think of your muscles like an old rubber band. When they're inflamed, they become stiff, brittle, and more prone to injury. But when you feed them the right nutrients, they start to regain elasticity, strength, and endurance. Tart cherries work like a natural repair crew. A study published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition found that older adults who drank tart cherry juice daily recovered faster, had reduced muscle soreness, and even improved sleep quality. That last part is key. Because as you know, if you don't sleep deeply, your body can't repair itself. And without repair, you don't heal, you don't build strength, and you certainly don't feel young. But the benefits don't stop there. Tart cherries also help regulate melatonin production, which supports a deeper, more restorative sleep. And guess what happens when your sleep improves? Testosterone levels naturally increase, brain fog lifts, and your heart gets a break from the stress load. Suddenly, the slow mornings and stiff joints start to fade into the background. Have you been waking up with tight hips or sore legs? Do you feel like it takes forever to get moving in the morning? That could be a sign your body is inflamed, overworked, and not repairing properly during sleep. Here's the good news. A small glass of tart cherry juice in the evening, or a handful of dried Montmorency cherries as a snack, can be the start of turning that around. You don't have to change your entire diet or give up foods you love. Just add this in consistently and watch what happens over a few weeks. You can still enjoy the fruits you love. Just choose the ones that give your body more than just sugar. Choose the ones that actively rebuild you from the inside out. Most people ignore this kind of advice because they think fruits are just for fiber or digestion. But in reality, The right ones can shift your entire hormonal balance, ease chronic aches, and help you move like you used to. And this is only the beginning. Because the next fruit on our list isn't red, it's golden. And it doesn't just rebuild your muscles, it can actually protect your brain from shrinking and keep your memory sharp well into your 80s. Number 4 is a fruit you've probably had hundreds of times, but maybe never thought of as a weapon against aging. It's creamy, it's rich, and it's often misunderstood. That's right. We're talking about avocados. Now you might be thinking, hold on, is avocado even a fruit? It is. And one of the most powerful ones for men over 60. Not just because of its heart-healthy fats, but because of how those fats interact with the aging body in a way that helps you move, think, and even feel younger. You see, as men age, their testosterone levels naturally decline. This drop affects more than just libido. It impacts energy levels, motivation, muscle tone, even your mood. But most men don't know that one of the biggest culprits behind this decline is internal inflammation and poor fat metabolism. That's where avocado steps in. This fruit is loaded with monounsaturated fats, the kind your body loves. These fats don't clog your arteries. Instead, they help your cells absorb nutrients, reduce inflammation, and even encourage the production of hormones like testosterone and DHEA. A study from the Journal of Clinical Lipidology found that men who included avocados regularly in their diet had better cholesterol ratios and more stable hormone profiles. Think of your cells as engines. As they age, they rust. Avocados act like high-grade oil, smoothing the gears, clearing the buildup, and getting everything running again. That includes your heart, your brain, your joints, and yes, your performance in areas most men worry about but rarely talk about. But here's what most people miss. Avocados are also high in potassium and magnesium, two minerals that are often depleted in older adults. These aren't just important for muscle function. They regulate blood pressure, improve circulation, and help reduce the risk of stroke. If you've been feeling lightheaded when you stand, if your legs cramp at night, or if you're experiencing random heart palpitations, a lack of potassium or magnesium might be part of the problem. Avocados also contain lutein. While most people associate lutein with eye health, and it does support the retina, newer research shows it accumulates in the brain too. It protects the brain from oxidation and helps preserve memory and focus. That's why men who eat avocados regularly often report clearer thinking, sharper memory, and less brain fog, even into their 70s and beyond. Have you felt mentally slower lately? Struggling with names, losing focus mid-conversation, or walking into a room and forgetting why? It's not always age, it's often nutrition. And lutein-rich foods like avocado can play a surprisingly powerful role in reversing that trend. Here's the best part. You don't need to eat an entire avocado every day. Even half in the morning with eggs or mashed into toast or sliced into a salad can deliver the benefits. The key is consistency. Make it part of your routine and let it quietly rebuild you from the inside out. You're not imagining it. The little aches, the sluggishness, the fog, they creep in gradually, and before you know it, you feel like a different person. But your body remembers how it used to feel. And with the right support, it can return to that version of you. You just need to feed it what it's been missing. If you're just joining us and finding this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical, science-backed tips like this every day. And if you're looking for a supportive community of seniors just like you, sharing advice, encouragement, and success stories, you'll find them waiting at thegoldenyearsrx.com. And now we're moving to something completely different. This next fruit doesn't just rebuild your brain or boost your hormones. It actually cleans your arteries like a natural scrub brush. If you want better circulation, stronger legs, and a heart that keeps ticking powerfully into your 90s, keep watching. Number 3 might surprise you. It's small, sweet, and often brushed off as a children's snack. But for men over 60, it holds a hidden superpower, one that could be the key to unlocking sharper blood flow, stronger performance, and a more youthful cardiovascular system. I'm talking about grapes, but not just any kind. You want dark-colored grapes, particularly red or black, and especially those with the seeds still inside. Because the secret lies in the skin and the seeds, where you'll find a compound called resveratrol. You've likely heard resveratrol mentioned in connection with red wine. And it's true. This antioxidant has gained fame for its supposed anti-aging benefits. But what you may not know is that whole grapes, with skin and seeds intact, provide a much more powerful and direct dose without the downsides of alcohol. Here's what most men don't realize. Your arteries are like flexible highways, designed to carry nutrient-rich blood to every corner of your body. But over time, with poor diet, stress, and lack of movement, those highways get stiff, narrow, and clogged with invisible debris. Blood flow becomes restricted. Muscles tire more easily. Memory becomes patchy. And in more sensitive areas, performance begins to fade. Resveratrol is like a road crew for your blood vessels. It helps clear plaque, relax artery walls, and improve something called endothelial function, the ability of your vessels to expand and contract with your heartbeat. And that matters deeply for men. Because circulation isn't just about your heart. It's about your brain, your legs, and yes, your vitality, where it counts most. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that men who consumed resveratrol-rich foods saw measurable improvements in blood flow, reduced markers of inflammation, and better metabolic function. But grapes do more than just protect your heart. They also contain polyphenols that act like cellular protectors. They neutralize free radicals, unstable molecules that accelerate aging from the inside. When free radicals roam unchecked, they damage DNA, stiffen tissues, and disrupt hormones. But when polyphenols step in, it's like calling in the cleanup crew after a storm. They repair the damage, stabilize your system, and let your body start fresh. Do you sometimes feel tired for no reason? Notice your legs feel heavy or your hands cold even in warm weather? These can be subtle signs that your blood isn't circulating efficiently. And if you ignore them, it can quietly lead to more serious issues down the road, from heart disease to memory loss to erectile dysfunction. But here's the good news. Adding a handful of red or black grapes to your morning routine, or enjoying them as an evening snack, can start to turn this around. You don't need a fancy supplement or expensive powder, just real fruit in its natural form, with the skin and seeds if possible. And if you want to go a step further, look for organic grapes. Because conventional grapes can be sprayed with chemicals that linger on the skin and may counteract some of their benefits. Washing them thoroughly helps, but organic is ideal when possible. Most people ignore this advice because they assume fruit is just sugar. But here's the thing. The sugar in grapes is balanced with fiber, antioxidants, and compounds your body craves. And when you eat them whole, not juiced, you're getting a slow release effect that actually supports stable blood sugar and energy. You don't have to give up the foods you love. You just have to be smart about what you add in. A small bowl of grapes a day could mean better memory, smoother movement, and even improved confidence in your intimate life. Something as simple as fruit can make a noticeable difference. The next fruit is even more surprising. It doesn't just support your circulation, it actually fuels your mitochondria, the tiny engines inside your cells. It helps your muscles grow stronger, your waist get slimmer, and your energy surge in ways you haven't felt in decades. Number 2. This fruit is often overlooked in the produce aisle. It's not exotic, it's not trendy, but it's one of the most powerful natural performance boosters a man over 60 can eat. Why? Because it targets the very engine of your body's energy, your mitochondria. And when your mitochondria work better, everything works better. We're talking about pomegranates. Yes, that jewel-like fruit you may have avoided because it's too messy or too hard to peel may actually be the closest thing nature offers to a real longevity elixir. And what it does inside the male body is nothing short of remarkable. You see, inside every cell of your body are mitochondria. These are your body's energy plants, tiny generators that convert oxygen and nutrients into fuel. As you age, these mitochondria start to break down. They become sluggish, inefficient, and in some cases even toxic. That's when fatigue sets in. Your muscles weaken, your brain slows, your drive diminishes, and your cells begin to age faster than they should. But here's where pomegranate gets fascinating. Inside this fruit is a compound called urolithin A. Your body doesn't produce it directly. It creates it when you digest specific polyphenols found in pomegranate. And once created, urolithin A triggers a process called mitophagy. That's a fancy term for cellular cleanup. Basically, it helps your body break down old, damaged mitochondria and make room for new, stronger ones. Think of it like a pit crew for your body's engine. It doesn't just patch things up. It replaces worn-out parts and tunes your system for optimal performance. A groundbreaking study published in Nature Metabolism found that older adults who consumed urolithin A saw significant improvements in muscle strength and endurance, even without changing their exercise habits. This is huge, because one of the biggest fears for older men is losing mobility, losing independence. But pomegranate may help reverse that trend at the source. And the benefits don't stop there. Pomegranate also improves nitric oxide availability. That's the molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and widen, allowing for better blood flow, lower blood pressure, and yes, better performance in the bedroom. In fact, some researchers call it nature's Viagra for this very reason. It doesn't force blood flow like medication. It supports the system so it works the way it used to, naturally. Have you noticed it's harder to build muscle these days? That your workouts leave you more tired than energized? Or maybe that your sleep isn't as deep, your memory feels foggy, or your digestion has slowed down. These are all signs of mitochondrial slowdown, and pomegranate might be the daily fruit that helps shift that into reverse. Here's the good news. You don't need to eat an entire pomegranate every day. Even just drinking a small glass of pure pomegranate juice, not the blends with added sugar, can give your body the building blocks it needs. You can also sprinkle the seeds over yogurt, blend them into smoothies, or even eat them on their own with a spoon. The key is consistency, because the more often your body gets these polyphenols, the more efficiently it can create that urolithin A and clean out the cellular clutter. You're not imagining it. You don't feel like yourself some days. But your body hasn't given up on you. It's waiting for the right tools. And there's actually a better way to unlock youthful strength than anything in your medicine cabinet. It starts with fruit, and it continues with belief. Because number one isn't just powerful, it's delicious. And what it does to your testosterone, your metabolism, and your energy is going to surprise you. If this video helped you feel even a spark of hope, please take a second and subscribe to our channel. It allows us to keep creating videos that serve seniors who want to age with strength, clarity, and purpose. And don't forget to visit thegoldenyearsrx.com. It's where our community comes together every day to share wisdom, encouragement, and practical tips to stay sharp and independent as we age. Here's the one that might surprise even the healthiest among you: kiwi. Yes, that fuzzy little green fruit you might have ignored at the supermarket could quietly hold the key to reigniting your vitality after 60. On the outside, kiwi might seem like just another tropical fruit. Tangy, juicy, easy to slice. But here's what most people don't realize. Kiwi is a powerhouse of nutrients that are uniquely suited for older men looking to regain energy, boost blood flow, strengthen muscles, and even improve sleep quality. It's not just a snack, it's a strategic move toward reversing the clock. First, let's talk about digestion. As we age, our gut doesn't work the way it used to. Meals that once sat fine now lead to bloating, sluggishness, or even constipation. Kiwi contains a special enzyme called actinidin. It's been studied for its ability to break down proteins more efficiently than our stomach acid alone. Researchers from New Zealand's Massey University found that older adults who ate kiwi daily experienced significant improvements in bowel regularity and digestion. It's like giving your gut a gentle tune-up without harsh laxatives. But that's only the beginning. Kiwi is also one of the richest fruits in vitamin C, even more than oranges. Why does that matter? Because vitamin C is essential for collagen production, and collagen is the scaffolding behind healthy arteries, strong tendons, and youthful skin. When collagen breaks down with age, blood vessels lose flexibility, skin sags, and joints begin to ache. But increasing vitamin C through natural sources like kiwi supports your body's ability to rebuild that infrastructure. It's like oiling the hinges on a stiff door. Everything starts to move more smoothly. Now here's where it gets really interesting for men. Kiwi is packed with antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin. These aren't just for eye health, though that's a big benefit too. They also protect against oxidative damage in the blood vessels that supply your muscles and your more intimate organs. Men over 60 who consume high antioxidant fruits like kiwi have been shown in clinical studies to experience better blood pressure control and improve circulation, especially in the lower body. That translates directly to better stamina, stronger performance, and enhanced recovery after activity. Have you noticed your legs feeling heavier or more tired during walks? Do your feet get colder than they used to? Do you find yourself needing more rest after climbing stairs? These may be early signs of sluggish circulation or weakened capillaries. Kiwi's potassium content helps balance sodium and fluid retention, reducing swelling and tension in the legs. And when paired with its fiber and polyphenols, it supports better endothelial function, the part of your blood vessels responsible for sending blood where it needs to go quickly and efficiently. And here's something most men overlook. Kiwi can dramatically improve your sleep. In a study published in the Asia-Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition, adults who ate 2 kiwi fruits 1 hour before bed fell asleep 42% faster, stayed asleep 13% longer, and had 5% better sleep quality. The reason? Kiwi is rich in serotonin and folate. Serotonin is the brain chemical that regulates your body clock, and folate is essential for deep, restorative sleep, especially in older adults where deficiencies are common. If you've been struggling with waking up too early, tossing and turning, or needing naps just to get through the day, this tiny fruit could be your answer. Let's put this into perspective. You're looking for energy, strength, blood flow, and a youthful edge. You want to feel like yourself again. Not the tired version, not the one who avoids long walks, and certainly not the one silently accepting that passion and power are a thing of the past. Kiwi gives you a simple, affordable, and effective way to push back. 1 or 2 a day, especially in the evening, could radically change how you feel in just a few weeks. The best part? Kiwi is gentle on the stomach, easy to digest, and rarely causes allergies. It pairs well with yogurt, oats, nuts, or even just eaten on its own with a spoon. There's no complicated routine, no expensive supplement, and no risky side effects. You can even eat the skin if you're feeling adventurous. It's packed with extra fiber and flavonoids. Just rinse it well and enjoy it like a soft, fuzzy pear. So if you're serious about feeling 30 again, don't underestimate this green gem. It's not flashy. It doesn't have a wild reputation, but it quietly supports every system men over 60 depend on: digestion, circulation, testosterone production, joint mobility, and sleep. Have you ever tried eating kiwi at night before bed? Have you felt your body relax more deeply, or your mind quiet down after a stressful day? You're not imagining it. Kiwi speaks the language of the senior male body. It listens to what's slowing you down and gently starts the process of lifting you back up. Here's the good news. You don't have to overhaul your diet. You don't need expensive superfoods or daily injections. Just 1 or 2 kiwis each day. Add them to your evening routine, and you might just wake up feeling more refreshed, more alive, and more like the man you used to be. Now imagine this. You've got pomegranate fueling your heart, bananas supporting your hormones, blueberries protecting your memory, watermelon hydrating your muscles, and kiwi helping you sleep like a rock and wake up like a champion. That's not just food. That's strategy. That's how men over 60 take back control. It's not just about what you eat. It's about when, why, and how you nourish your body after 60. This next piece might actually be the secret reason some men stay vibrant and full of energy into their 80s and 90s, while others feel drained by 3 p.m. And no one talks about it because it's not as flashy as a supplement or a miracle berry, but it quietly changes everything. Here's the truth. The older male body becomes less efficient at absorbing nutrients, circulating oxygen, and rebuilding muscle. Even with the perfect diet, if your internal systems are sluggish, the benefits can't fully reach you. That's why some men eat healthy, but still feel tired, foggy, or weak. So what's the missing key? It's metabolic synergy, aligning your food with your body's natural hormonal and repair cycles. Let's break this down in plain language. Every man has a built-in biological clock. It regulates everything from testosterone production to blood sugar control, to how well your cells repair damage overnight. But with age, that clock gets thrown off. Cortisol stays too high. Melatonin doesn't rise fast enough. Blood sugar spikes linger longer. Muscles break down faster than they rebuild. If you eat the wrong things at the wrong time, or even the right things without intention, you might be unintentionally aging your body faster. But when you start to time your nutrition with your body's daily rhythm, the change is almost immediate. For example, having fruits like kiwi or bananas in the evening doesn't just give you nutrients. It helps coax your brain into producing calming neurotransmitters like serotonin. That helps you sleep deeper, which in turn increases overnight growth hormone, the same hormone that helps your body rebuild muscle and burn fat. Or eat a pomegranate in the early morning. When consumed before breakfast, it helps flatten cortisol spikes, supports better insulin sensitivity, and energizes your cardiovascular system just in time for your most active hours. Even a fruit like blueberry, when paired with a small handful of nuts mid-morning, can improve memory and focus by stabilizing glucose delivery to your brain. That's not just food, that's strategy. Have you ever felt sharper on days when you had a light, fruit-forward breakfast instead of something heavy? Have you noticed you walk a little taller, think a little clearer, or feel more in control when your meals are cleaner? You're not imagining it. Your body remembers. Now let's talk about hydration for a moment. You could eat the most powerful fruits on earth, but if your cells are dehydrated, they won't be able to absorb their nutrients. Watermelon is a great start, but don't stop there. Begin your day with warm lemon water and add a pinch of unrefined salt for minerals. That opens up your digestion, energizes your kidneys, and primes your system for what's to come. If you're worried about sugar in fruits, here's something to remember. Natural fruit sugars, when eaten in the context of whole fiber and paired with healthy fats or protein, do not spike your insulin the same way as processed sugar. And fruits like berries, kiwi, and pomegranate have a low glycemic load, which means they release energy slowly and steadily, the perfect fuel for an older man's body. The goal isn't to count calories or follow a rigid diet. It's to create metabolic momentum, tiny daily choices that help your cells, blood vessels, nerves, and hormones work together instead of fighting each other. That's how you start to feel 30 again, not by chasing youth, but by removing what's been weighing you down and feeding what keeps you alive. Here's something most men don't know. The male body has no set age of decline. What feels like getting old is often just the accumulation of neglected habits. Inflammation that crept in slowly. Blood flow that dulled over time. Hormones that stopped firing because they weren't being fed the right fuel. But the body is always listening. Even after decades of neglect, your cells still respond. Your muscles still rebuild. Your brain still rewires. And your blood still flows faster when you give it a reason to. That's why this isn't just a food list. It's a philosophy. A new way of thinking about what you put into your body every day. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. This is what we do. We give you the tools to stay strong, smart, and healthy after 60 without relying on endless pills. And remember to visit thegoldenyearsrx.com. It's where we share tips, routines, and real results. You'll feel at home there. So before you reach for a box of cereal or skip breakfast entirely, before you settle into another day of low energy or nagging stiffness, ask yourself, what would a man in his prime eat to stay strong, sharp, and full of fire? The answer is already on your table, and now it's in your hands. You've got the tools, you've got the science, and most importantly, you've got the choice to start today. Eat for energy, eat for strength, eat like the best version of yourself is just waiting to come back. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.